Hey guys, this is my attempt at a tutorial for Chords to Play song, Everything in Between. This was a really hard song it was hard enough to just pull the chords out of it, and then it's like I'm trying to give you a version of it to play with just an acoustic guitar, which is really hard to do because the song's really meant to have all the production it has in it to make it be what it is. But if you want a campfire version of it, or you want some chords to lay a foundation for getting to playing it with the band, I can get you started. I can try to get you started there. I have a chart in front of me, so I have a map to share here. I charted it in G. The song's key is in G sharp, which means I'm capoing on the first fret, or in another way I could do it, I could capo on the fourth. But I'm going to focus on the first fret version here. Partly because the first fret version is a lot closer to sounding like the original recording for me personally, as it stands at this time with me looking at this song. Yeah, this song was all kinds of difficult, so my explanation of it's going to be all over the place, and I apologize in advance for that. So I charted it in G, and then you just capo on the first fret. So if you understand what a G chord is, an A chord, an E minor, what else? An F, B flat, those kinds of chords are in this song. E flat, yeah, stuff like that. So I'll just kind of go over things as we get to them, as they appear in the chart. So this isn't going to be a short video at all. This is going to be long. I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible, but it's going to be like a real guitar lesson where you'd sit there for a half hour with the teacher and learn something, or at least hope to learn something. And this is, I'm doing it for free, so lucky you. Anyway. All right, without going into that again. So what I said, I have my own self-made chart for this. I was on my own on this one, so yikes, here we go. So if you want, we can talk about getting you a copy. If you get me your email address, I can send you the link so you can print off your own copy if you are learning, or if you wish to attempt this with your band. You need a guide. This is just chords and lyrics, and I do occasionally put out like counts so I know where chords fall in the beats of the song, to try to keep things on track. I play in a praise band at my church, and having those kinds of things can be important. So anyway, so we're going to start with the intro. Let me just play it for you, what I got, and you can we'll go from there. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and it does what I played. That's easy to play because it all stays right here. It doesn't slide up at all, although I think on the record they do slide up some, and there's ways to do that, and they would be something like this. Let's see, so there's a power chord focused version of it more. And you're still playing a quote-unquote power chord, or a fifth. So this is down here, same notes. The tone's slightly different, if that matters. But yeah, so if you want to, whichever version works for you is fine. There's even an open guitar, hit all the strings version. Instead of just playing fifths, you can play, now the way I charted it, hopefully is the way I charted is actually helpful to, you could say maybe keyboard players who play more than 2 notes within a chord. They'll play, you know, full on 1, 3, 5 chords. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. Lighting issue. Maybe I should move this. I know it usually ends up looking better in the final than it does when I'm actually filming. So you have, put these down. You have a major to a suspended, put that down. Another major to a second, to a minor, to a second, to what would be a major, and then another second. I put that G, that 5 there to remind me about my power chord stuff. That was a sort of a personal note to self there. So that's what I have for the intro. Again, I'm not a music expert, so if my chording is wrong, feel free to print off your own copy, put a slash through what I put, and put the actual correct chord. Feel free to drop a comment and you can tell me what the actual correct chord is. That would be cool. Although I'm probably stuck in this. I'm probably stuck in my rut at this point, and probably am not going to change. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's not right. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. I'm trying to give myself some extra lighting here so you can really see. And I can, you know, videos a bit. Blah blah blah. So yeah, there's a power chord version. If you want an open chord version, it would probably, best thing I've got for that is this. And it sounds good, I think, with the recording. I mean, if that's an option that you have, you know, if you want to make it sound much more exactly like the Jars of Clay's version, you know, play the power chord version without the higher strings involved. But that's an option. There's your campfire version, I guess, right there, your open chord campfire version. So must have thought I was so strong. Verse 1, let's look. Must have thought I was so strong. And I was screwing up, and yeah, but I wanted to show you where it connects between the verse 1 and the first chorus. So that's what I did. You're welcome. So okay, now let's look at the chart there real quick. If you want, pause the video, or like I said, send me your email address in a private comment to me so it's not there and everybody sees it and you get a bunch of emails you don't want. You can pause it and look at it and what I did there. You'll notice I did a 8 count at the last chord there on to carry the weight of this crown. That major 8 counts. And if you have a drummer, they're going to kind of do it like the guy on the record did. Or if you just need to keep whacking away at that chord within the beats, like 1, 2, dun, dun, boom, go into your chorus. That's cool. Go ahead. That was just there for, that's a note that my personally my praise band would probably appreciate, since they probably have not heard this song since 1998, probably, if we ever perform it ever. We're going on 20 years now since this song and movie were released, The Prince of Egypt, that this song was written for. So yeah, so again, I charted everything in G, so if you're getting confused about chords, just remember it's capo on the 1st fret, and everything's going to sound a little higher. So yeah, so there's that. So 8 counts, and then we get into the chorus. So yeah, so I did what I did on the intro again. So and you can do your open, you can. Okay, here, I'll try to sing. Must have thought I was so strong. I never even thought I was the one for this. your open chord version. Nice, rich sounding chords there. Very, very good for a declaration. So yeah, there's that. Okay, something I may or may not have gotten wrong on here that I did, and did it in the intro, and I didn't do it in the first verse. The chords, the way they progress, you have G at major, the suspended to a major, major, suspended, major. And we have a second to a minor to a second, second, minor, second. Then I did another minor to the second when you could possibly do, and what may be actually correct is to do the major to the second. You'll listen to the recording and let me know if I got it wrong, or I'll listen to it myself and I'll let myself know if I got it wrong. And then everything else should be correct, I hope. So yeah, again, pause the video and go back and look if you need to for that. But yeah, there's your first verse, and there's a possible stumble that I may have gotten in there. Let's go over the chorus. So anyway, if you're a total beginner, then I guess your first chord is that, if you're playing the open version, to a and I kind of naturally, when I go to the suspended, when I lift that finger off, I kind of naturally mute the fifth string below it as I press down the sixth by the way that my finger curls down. Or the way that my finger curls down onto it, just kind of mutes it. So, but there's your individual notes. You can make sure you've got it. And then you go back to the, and we go to, for that second, then the minor. And back to second, minor, the second. Then we do the. And that's that kind of chord. It's a bar chord, or you can do, or if you want, you can do a, or a, which is a, or a, or. It sounds richer. I personally like the, because the bass strings are so rich sounding along with it. It's the full, you're getting that full six string thing. You're getting ready to jump into a chorus. It's kind of raw. It gives it that, there's a little more testosterone in the full chord there, I guess. And I'm a dude, and I feel my dudeness when I play that chord. So anyway, good strong sound. Especially get your bass player hitting that low note like they do in the recording. Kaboom! It's there. You're ready to jump into that chorus. It's awesome. Let's move on. First chorus. Let's just play through it, and then you can skip all the chatting parts if you want. If you don't need, if you're already an intermediate player who's, yeah, I know my chords, dude. Let's move on. I get it. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not as easy as it seems to carry the weight of your dreams, hiding in the shadows. It's not as easy as it seems, not easy. Pharaoh, an angel, and everything in between. Okay, the chorus. The chorus starts out with a quote-unquote C. And when I go to the chorus, I am playing open chords. I'm not doing the power chord thing anymore, because in the song, with all its parts as a whole, is more of a full chord sound. So that's what I do on my guitar, to make that happen on my guitar by myself with no other band members. Crap. Darn. Gee whiz. To represent this, to get the fullness of the song as much as I can. And if you were playing with a band and you were doing that, hopefully somebody would appreciate what you're doing. It would be there, but you know, the electric guitar guy would be rocking out like Steve is on there, and being more in the forefront. You'd be a good support in the back. You're being your rhythm guitar, acoustic guitar, Matt. Oh no. I can't remember. Matt, I'm sorry, I can't remember your last. Odemark, thank you. Matt Odemark. I just wait for my brain to recall. Playing your Matt Odemark role in that song. So we have a C. And I kind of have this finger's reaching up into the 6th string to mute it, so I get, instead of, I get, and just touches it enough to mute it and keeps your chord correct. And then a D minor, and this, my ring finger's between the 5th and 6th strings to mute them, so. To a B flat 2nd, and because I'm on, again, because I got the capo on, it's something else. It's a B. It's actually a B 2nd, but I'm telling you what it is with the chord names without a capo. It's supposed to be for the sake of simplicity. Theory people, please don't freak out. So if you're holding all the strings, you're barring the 1st through 5th strings on the 1st fret, and then I have 2 fingers reaching for the 3rd and 4th strings on the 3rd fret relative to the capo's position, to do this. And then I'm back to my, and if I need to, I can reach up with my pinky to mute things. And if you do an A minor this way, probably better way anyway, and it makes it reaching up with your pinky that much easier. Smooths out that a little more, and it still sounds exactly the same. If you're into this bad habit already, you have my sympathy. So am I. I'm trying to fix it, and doing it the chord this way is probably a little bit more flowing too. But anyway, yap and yap. And a G, quote unquote G minor. Again, if you're not a bar chord person, I'm apologizing. It's all the 1st through 6th strings are barred on your 3rd fret relative to your capo, and then your 5th and 4th strings are covered on your relative 5th fret. No, your correct note should sound like even a little bit more better than that. So there's that, and then we go back to the C, D minor, B flat 2nd. We have an F, Pharaoh, an angel, and then a horrible bar chord. Everything in between. And this is where learning it on the 4th fret might come in handy, and that video is coming. So I bar everything on my 3rd fret relative to my capo's position, and I do a quote unquote C shape, which equates to an E flat if I'm playing in the key of G, and it equates to an E major, regular E, if I'm playing it with a capo, which I am. Then we go into an interlude, which is basically repeating the intro again, so I'm not going to go over that. I'm going to move on to my 2nd page that I have here. I might have come to a similar conclusion, only mixed up in the wake of confusion, that the glamour was mine, that though the power divine to carry the weight of this crown. Here's our verse 2, and then we're running into a 2nd chorus, a bridge, and the what I call the slide guitar solo for page 2. Here you go. Here's the chart for whatever you can see of page 2 there. And we'll look at the bottom part here in a minute as soon as we get to the bridge, since the slide guitar solo is out of frame. Pause it, look at it if you need to, then come back. All right. So we're really not doing much of anything. We're really not doing anything different, I think, that we did on the first verse. So maybe I won't, for the sake of shortening this video, I won't go over that again, since it's pretty much the same. There's a little bit more of an excitement in verse 2 on the recording, versus sort of the song starting to get a little bit more lively there. and then we bump into our second chorus. And our second chorus does go into what I call a bridge. I don't know if that's the actual musical term I should be using, but I used the word bridge. The chords there are not different from the first chorus, but instead of doing, yeah, no, that's the same too. There's that last chord on what I called an E flat on everything in between, getting four counts just like it did at the end of the first chorus. Yeah, do that again with the second chorus, and then go into your bridge. And your bridge goes as follows. It goes, I don't know why I see your fire, getting me over, and then stay this way. Okay, so there's your bridge, your slide guitar solo going into your third chorus before the song ends. So I kind of tried to show you where all the connections were there, and it was a little rough, but we got through it. So, okay, let's look at the bridge and the slide guitar solo. If you want to take a minute, look at the chart. Again, like I said, if you want your own copy of this, if the video is not good enough, I understand. You can send me a private message. I think I've actually put where my Facebook. I think you should be able to click. You can click my Facebook and message me on Facebook, and I can send you my link to my Google document for this, so you can print it off for yourself and have a nice, clean copy. Okay, so the bridge, a B flat second to a D minor, to an F to an E flat. A lot of bar chords, unfortunately, involved for me personally, because I haven't found another way to play the song and don't know enough about alternate tunings to find a more open chord alternate tuning version or something, if that's even possible. And again, you know, what I'm giving you is essentially the rhythm, what would be a rhythm guitar part, and you would be in the background while your lead guitar and singer and all that are, you know, pulling everything else along. So yeah. So that B flat 2 gets 2 counts before the singing I don't know why I see your fire starts coming in. So it's like, and there's kind of a stomp that happens in the recording. Again, this is something you'll probably you need to listen to the record and learn these chords enough and then play them along with the record, and then I'll smooth out the bumps. My video alone is probably going to give you the full way to play this song. So let's see. It's just like a. Okay, if I can just hit that chord. Again, a little bumpy there, and I apologize. But yeah, they kind of do that. Dun, dun, I don't know why, but I see your fire. So yeah, it's got that to it. If we're trying to play like the band did more so. So yeah, so there's the B minor second, okay, to our D minor, which these are chords that we've done before here. So we're not learning anything new, it's just a new progression. So, and it's just got a lot of bars in it. It's just, there's the, I don't know why, and then the D minor's friendly-ish. So we just remember to mute our 5th and 6th. I see your fire. So yeah, there's yeah, so anyway. Anyway, so don't ignore that. Yeah, so we do that, and then we go where the slide guitar solo is essentially the chorus chord progression. So we're not doing anything different there. So it's just a matter of playing along while the slide guitar guy is doing his thing. I want to say that sort of sounds like a George Harrison solo-ish. George loves the Beatles a lot, so a lot of Beatles influence in their music. Okay, but anyway, there you go. You just kind of you have that more open chord thing going on during the slide guitar. And then we have a third chorus. Let me show you that. Take a minute, pause the video, really look at it. It's nice and clear since this is 720p. There, and we're not, let's see. It's not as easy as it seems to carry the weight of your dreams, hiding in the shadows. It's not as easy as it seems, not easy, a pharaoh and an angel. And then we go back, it's not as easy as it seems to carry the weight of your dreams, hiding in the shadows, a pharaoh, an angel, and everything in between. Counting on hope, counting on hope, counting on hope, yeah. The song crashes, literally. It's that thing. Yeah, which is cool. So let's see, let's do it. It's like there's a 1 count and then we start singing. So it's like 1, it's not as easy as it seems. Let me go into it. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not as easy as it seems to carry the weight of your dreams, hiding in the shadows. It's not as easy as it seems, not easy. Pharaoh and angel. It's not as easy as it seems to carry the weight of your dreams, hiding in the shadows. Pharaoh and angel, and everything in between. Okay, here's that chord. Counting on hope. Oh, come on, fingers. Counting on hope. Counting on hope. Yeah. So yeah, it kind of ends like that. It's got a lot of bar chords, and it's got still have those nasty bar chords to deal with in it a lot in order to get through it. One thing I'll point out, let's see, where is it? Okay. It's not as easy as it's, okay, it's not as easy as it seems, not easy. A pharaoh, that's an F and a D minor. I listened a lot. I played it over and over. I played it in a little bit slower fashion. I did the slow down thing so I could really hear the change there, especially in the root with the bass guitar, to come up with those two, that major and that minor thing there. And then it goes, another round of what it is, and then the counting on hope part at the end. But yeah, so anyway, this song, like I said, it's not easy. It's not easy to carry the weight of this song either. It's a difficult song. There's another way to go about playing it with a capo on the 4th fret, which I'm going to debate about making that video. So yeah, but I mean, it's a good song. It really is a good song. It's always easy to just press the play button on your phone and listen to it that way, versus actually trying to cover it with the band and all that. But yeah, it's a good song, and it's a Jars of Clay song, and my mission is to cover as many of their songs as possible and try to show people, at least give them a start on how they could go about playing them themselves if they want to. So that was another step towards making that goal a reality by making this video. So yeah, but like I said, if you want a copy of the chart to go by, then just I guess go to my channels thing, hit my Facebook, hit the little Facebook icon, and then find me, just message me about me emailing, give me your email, and I can email, or an email that you use for your music, then I can email you the link for the chart. You can print it off yourself and have it to use. So along with this video and the recording that you can find to listen to learn from as well. So but yeah, I think this video's hit the 31-minute mark, so I think I'm going to shut up and turn it off and start uploading it. So anyway, keep learning, guys. We'll see you next time.